Hey guys, welcome to Children's Ministry at Redemption West Mesa. My name is Miss Rachel and I'm the Children's Director here. Today we are finishing off our series on Jesus healing. Now, over the past 5 weeks, we've talked about different things that God has healed. God last week healed a guy that got lowered through a roof. And the week before that, he healed a leper, someone who was really sick. And this week, we're going to see again how God heals. Now, I want you to try to remember how God heals us, but he heals us in a different way than in our stories. Do you remember what we were talking about? How God heals something here. That's right. He heals our heart. And God has come and sent his son Jesus to heal our sins. Now, I want you to pay attention to this story and see what else God heals. Now, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Jeff, who's going to come and teach to you our last lesson on God heals. Cool? I'll see you later.
Hey, good morning, kids. It's great to see you again. I'm glad we can all get together this morning. And we're continuing on our story with Jesus healing. And today we're going to talk about how Jesus healed a man's hand. Now, for those of you kids who don't know me, my name is Mr. Jeff, and I'm one of your regular Sunday school teachers. And I can't wait to see you again soon in person. So today's story comes from the book of Matthew and Mark and also in Luke. And it goes like this. On the Sabbath, Jesus went into the synagogue, and the Sabbath was a very special day, a holy day set apart for God. And God had commanded his people not to do any work on the Sabbath, and the Sabbath was a day to rest and worship God. Now, Jesus taught the people in the synagogue, and one of the men there was unable to move his right hand because it was paralyzed. And the Pharisees and the teachers of the law were also in the synagogue, and they watched Jesus carefully because they wondered if Jesus was going to heal the man's hand. Those leaders wanted to see what Jesus would do so they could accuse him of doing something wrong. Is it okay to heal people on the Sabbath day? They asked Jesus. And Jesus gave the leaders an example. Maybe they could figure out an answer for themselves. So Jesus says, if any of you has a sheep and it falls into a ditch on the Sabbath, wouldn't you grab the sheep and lift it out of the ditch? And of course, a man would not leave his sheep lying in the ditch because sheep were property. And they didn't want their sheep to get hurt or to die. So then Jesus said, a man is much more important than his sheep. So it is right to do good on the Sabbath. And Jesus knew the leaders were hoping to accuse him of doing something wrong. So he called up the man with the paralyzed hand, and he said, stand up here so everybody can see you. And Jesus said to the man, stretch out your hand. So the man stretched out his hand that he wasn't able to move before, but now his hand was good as the other. But instead of being happy for the man or praising God for healing, the Pharisees and the teachers of the law were very angry, and they left the synagogue to talk amongst themselves. And they were planning on how they might kill Jesus. So what does this story mean for us? It shows that God's laws were meant to help people, not to hurt them. And Jesus acted in love even on the Sabbath. And the religious leaders had planned to kill Jesus, and they did not know Jesus was going to die to show God's love to the whole world. God provided forgiveness and salvation through Jesus' death on the cross. Thank you for being here today. We'll see you next time.
And today we are going to be reading off the books of the Bible, and you are going to do it with me. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John, Jude, and Revelation.
Wasn't it fun, guys, to see Mr. Jeff again this week? It's always fun to have somebody else teaching, and I really hope that soon he gets to teach you guys in person. That would be really nice, huh? So, as this is our last week talking about Jesus heals, it's also our last week with our Bible verse. Did you guys memorize it? I tried, and we'll see how well I do. The Bible verse is John 20, 30, and 31. So I'm going to hold it up just in case you need a reference. And then the next time we'll read it through once, and then we'll see if we can say it without this. Cool? It says, "Now Jesus did many other signs in the presence of the disciples, which are not written in this book. But these are written so that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name." John 20, 30, and 31. Okay, you guys ready? I'm not. But let's see. It says, "Now Jesus did many other signs and wonders in the presence of the disciples, which are not written in this book. These are written so that you may believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and by believing you may have life in his name." I know I was cheating looking at the verse, but hopefully you guys have it memorized better than me. And if you did memorize it, find me and I will give you a chocolate bar. I have a bunch of chocolate bars waiting for you. So come and find me when you see me on Sunday, and I will bring you a candy. Cool? Wow, it was great seeing you this week. I love you guys, and I can't wait to be back in the classroom teaching in person again. Hopefully that's really soon. I'll see you later. Bye.